what did we do last stream? That was it. We decided what we should call the weapons master. Craftsman, blacksmith, that's our person in Nightfall. We couldn't get set on a specific name for what they do, because it's still up in the air what sort of materials they do craft and what the weapons in Nightfall are made out of at this present time. But we figured, blacksmith, they probably won't work with metals in Nightfall, because it's very primitive there. It's the first area in the game, which means as a game designer and progression and all that, you obviously don't want the best equipment right at the start of the game. It's always weak. It's always some super weak sword or weapon or whatever it is that's sold in the shops in early games. So because of that, we might connect the lore to that and give more of a reason for why the weapons are weak there. And maybe I know that Met put up something in the ideas discussion which was interesting. Strong weapons being hard to get in Nightfall could be part of its history. Maybe the central government doesn't want this outpost getting well armed. And if that's a good reason for it as well, because I'm a fan of that. I want to have a reason behind why things are the way they are. I think it's more interesting and fun. It's also fun to educate yourself on things. I don't really know much about blacksmithing, but trying to figure out this made me learn a few things, which is always fun as well. And where is the game? Hi Jericho, how are you doing? Where is the game indeed? Wow, that is the big question, isn't it? It is. Wow. I'll leave that a mystery. I was going to say something witty then, but unfortunately, there was nothing. When you're trying to say something witty, but then you can't think and you just don't have anything to say. That's me all the time. Alright, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this poll, because it's good. I want to archive them all the results. I was meant to have closed this at the end of last stream, but we never did in the end. What percentage do we have this on? There we go. Okay, so I'm going to just open paint, screenshot this, and then we'll delete it. We've got Duncan as the winner, everybody. People seem to, it was very close at first, that poll was, but in the end, Duncan seemed to win and seemed to be the most preferred out of all the names. Now, all those names are pretty cool, so they might make a return in the future for other NPCs we make, if it fits. For this character specifically, we wanted something that was British and a strong masculine name, and I think that works well. I don't mind. I liked all of them on the poll. That's why they were on there. Are you a developer? I am. No, I'm not a developer. I'm just here for funsies. I'm joking. I'm being silly today. I'm being very silly, everybody. Ignore me. I'm always silly though, aren't I, chat? Project, thank you, Azriel. I'm going to change that command to game, I think. I'm going to change it to game at some point. Because I've noticed a few people come in and do !game and then there's nothing there. So, okay, so I've got to just find the right folder for this poll, everybody. Find out where it's hiding. Exclamation mark poll results. There we go. That poll is now saved. I can now delete it, everybody. So his name is Duncan. At least we know that now. Thanks, everybody, for voting on that poll. Awesome. Doing polls is always fun. And why did it need to be British? Because British isn't in the game. Yeah, I think what it is, like, we tend to go thematically with names. Like Fiona and Nigel are both British names. So for consistency purposes, so that everybody in the village sounds like, you know, theme-wise, that they don't go too contrasty, so it's jarring. We wanted to kind of stick with that sort of naming way of doing it for Lakefall specifically, but you know, it could change from city to city. I can't get my words out. So like when we move to the next village, we could like say, well, we'll go for I'm trying to think of a country. We can go for German sounding names, or we can go for you know, Spanish sounding names, or American names, or you know, we'll probably do something like that maybe from village to village, so it's not just random. I think if we make it fit in with the setting, that's even better, really. So who knows? But yeah, British kind of, you know, doesn't sound too different from what we get in with Lakefall, with the sort of scenery. But you know, we will be working on the reptile NPCs this year as well, probably more late summer and autumn time once we start designing the cave. There'll be a point when we really start thinking of names for the reptile NPCs we create as well. So we'll have to think about that, like what sort of naming should we stick with them. But we've already got some named reptiles like Rex and Bocco, Chubcheeks, his character, which I hope I pronounced right. So we'll have a think about it, but I do think it would be cool. I like it when everything sort of fits and sounds right together. We should make up some names, fantasy names. Yeah, I guess like if you've got Bob and then you've got something so exotic, it's strange, isn't it? Like you've got a character called Bob, and then you've got a super exotic name with the person who lives next door to them. But yes, like, I think it's a cool thing to make the names fit with the setting and the lore and the histories and that. Not always essential, but it just makes it a bit less jarring, perhaps. So yes, that is why we said British for that guy, and it'll probably consistently be like that with most of the Lakefall NPCs. Alright, everybody, and now what else? Now we say that poll, that's that job out the way. Okay, so let's open up. We got RPG Maker open, so I'm gonna just, here we go. Okay, everybody, so have been doing scene work. I did a bit over the weekend as well. We spent the last stream Friday really trying to polish the custom hero creator, because it was a little bit messy, the UI and the timing of when everything appears on the screen. But it's at a point now that I'd say it's like 95% done. There's a few little bits that are a little bit messy, particularly the part when I was about to say, yeah, when you can like reset the character and do it again. That was messy, but I sort of fixed it. There was a bit of a bug as well, but I fixed that as well. But it's okay, and it goes into the opening quest. Okay, well, so we'll do a test play. And we are going to finish polishing this opening scene today as well. I did want to get that done over the weekend, but it didn't happen because scene work is ridiculously time consuming. But I'm thinking we're not too bad, even though I'm a little bit more behind than I wanted to be. We're still doing okay, and I think we can spend this week just progressing from scene to scene. And maybe next week we'll be able to start the main quest 2 quest scenes. I feel positive that we can get there then, because we're doing okay. So let's open a test play. Have we got the sound on mute? Yeah, so the sound's muted on test plays. Though I have been listening to sounds quite a bit actually and off stream. So at some point I will do sound test plays, but that sometimes I might just not do sound test plays on stream. All depends how I feel, because to turn the music off all the time and that can be a bit disruptive. So new game. Let's have a look then. Have a peek into our custom hero creator now, everybody. Some of you have already seen it if you was here last stream, and if you was here just a little bit before Christmas when we was working on implementing the new custom hero creator. There's a few dialogue updates as well that Van gave a while back, because one thing I wanted done was improved dialogue in here, because it was all a little bit there was a bit of personality missing from it that was lacking. And I have given updates in some of the boxes, so we can look through. I added the bald as well, which is interesting, because we didn't originally have allow a bald hairstyle, so it took a bit of extra time to get that implemented, but it's there now. So we'll do that test to see how it goes. So I'm saying no, we don't want hair. And you can be bald if you're of female gender as well. And you can have a beard if you are as well. So you can have whoever you like. Yes, we'll give you a beard. Should we give him a black beard? So there we go. That's all good. Yeah. We got a bald bearded hero this time. I might still add the grey hair colour, but I might also do that in the second playable build. This custom hero creator, this is an early version of it, and I'm not against adding more and just making it a little bit more pretty and more stuff happening over time as we go through the builds. But I think this is at a decent standard right now. I don't want to get carried away and do too much too early, because I could find myself in this situation where I'm like, oh no, there's too many assets, I can't keep up with them all. So purposely I'm putting a limit on it right now, and we'll see how it goes with our new composite layered custom hero and how things go, because right now I'm really happy with it, because we're allowed to have expressions on our hero now, which you'll see when we get into the next scene. Also, I have added the clothing now this is the hunter outfit I've given so far, but I don't know if it's gonna forever be the first hunter armor that we wear. I might change it to something more primitive and basic that looks more like hide or leather rather than because to me that still looks like a bit like metal, even though I tried to make it not, it still does. I don't know why I've called him Fred. Well, his name's Fred. Okay, so I might look at that a bit later as well. Different hunter outfits and different warrior outfits as well, and see what fits best for the first piece of armor. Because the one good thing about having a layered custom hero now is that we can have different armors for them. The way it was before, we could only ever have one outfit for the whole of the game, because it would have been too much work to pull that on every single asset, a different outfit. That would have been like one outfit for every 300 assets, and well, it would have took days just to do one outfit. But the way it is now, because it's a layered custom hero, it's just easy. Just it overlays on top of the naked nude hero body, and voila, done. And Jericho asked who painted the background of the website. Well, the background of the website, I believe that is a screenshot of an area in Everbloom Forest, which was level designed by myself. I can't take full credit for it, of course, because the actual art assets were made by a range of multiple artists. But I built the actual design of the area from those assets. It's a very complicated thing to answer, you know, when it comes to questions like that, because we game development, there's like Raindrop Chronicles is going to have a credits page that's a super long one, because just there's so many assets from so many different resources that we use. Here we go. Now this is way more anonymous, can't say that word, than the original custom hero dialogue. It's mysterious, you know, what's going on here? It was cheesy before the old version, so thank you, Vandalia, for the interesting dialogue. Wahaha. So, as you can see, he's in the barrel, and look, he's sleeping. I know it's not as big on your screen, folks, because we've squished the game into the overlay, whereas I'm looking at it full screen. But they're closing their eyes at the barrel at the start, and then they open them. They're naked, by the way. I managed to successfully do that, and I've done the clothes asset too. So because he's a hunter, I've made the colours green, and if there's a warrior, there'll be more. There's like the colour of the warrior outfit. So I managed to do the conditional statements and variables for that, which I'll show you in a sec. We'll go behind the scenes in a minute. And look at that face! We can have expressions on our hero now. Look shocked at seeing the barrel as you would. Now that animation's a little bit wonky. I need to kind of smooth it a bit, but it works. And we got the bow on our back, and Carol's like, wait, so that's what the pain in my bunghole was. What gives you the right to jump into someone with your blighted arrows? They're sharp. I'm trying to remember if I did the different variables for what Carol says depending on your class, or if you got a bid. I'm gonna have to check that, but I don't think I did, which means we'll do that in a sec. We'll get those different varieties of what Carol says in a sec. So there we go. So this first half of the scene's pretty okay. It's not 100% perfect. When the camera pans in at the start, it goes a bit, that needs smoothing over just a touch. But the scene's not too bad. Now we've got to get Duncan in. So we were working on Duncan's assets on Wednesday's stream. So we're going to finish him off and actually get him in and replace that silhouette with him. We might need to change Duncan's dialogue just a touch, because now we know who he is. So we might want to make it fit more with his personality. Which I'll mention in a sec. There's a particular dialogue line where he calls us as the hero a kid, and if he's going to be a romance option, I'm not sure whether that's be a bit weird if our lover calls us a kid. So we might just want to change some small little things like that, like the nicknames that he gives us, and just small things like that. And I've got to update that because I know we're not having nothing, we're having I have no idea instead. So we'll do those things right now. And we'll just finish polishing off this scene today, and there's still a bit of work to do with it, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to moving on to the next scene as well. Right, let's catch up with chat. What did you use again? She used RPG Maker because that bitch is not a dev. Oh, doesn't it, Jericho? Doesn't it? And why is that? I'd love to hear your opinion. Share it with us. Okay. Now, yes. Okay. So here we go. Here is all the opening scene section, everybody. So, one thing we need to do. There's a few things we need to do. We've got our dialogue tree up here. So, as you can see, we've got some variations of dialogue of what Carol can say to you, depending on what your appearance is. So we're going to get those different conditional branches in right now. And I've already done the asset ones with the clothes and the weapons, so that bit's done, but we need to do the dialogue bits. So, this is easy. It's not too difficult at all to do this, so we just got to find the spot. Here, this dialogue line. I can't believe how long I put up your rancid flaky scalp and stinking fresh on that cart. So, so that's for the no hair or short hair. That particular one is. So we're gonna get them in as appropriate, so we get the right one come up depending on what our hero looks like. I didn't realise that this was 1993 when real developers worked exclusively in C. I know, right? It's let's just give you some real talk, Jericho. It doesn't matter what tool is used or what code and language is used to create to bring something to life. It's all about the creativity and mind behind it, not the tool. It's I think it's just a lot. It's some ignorance is all. People just need to realise. But some people can learn and some people never do. But let's hope Jericho is someone that does learn. Hi Shimashiro, how are you doing? Welcome. 28 years. Indeed, there's so many game engines these days. Yeah, for sure. There is. Like, we talk about this quite often on the street. Well, not all the time. It's not like a conversation that's all the time, but it's been brought up now and again about things like that. And luckily, everybody that hangs out here with me, we all think the same. Because this is a community and we all get on and are like-minded here. And that's kind of what, to be in this community, you kind of have to be on the same page as the rest of us. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit difficult to get on and have, be friends. So are you changing the nothing part of the dialogue too, like we talked about the other day? Yeah, for sure. So that already actually is in here. So I already changed it on the actual dialogue tree, but we've got to just implement the change in the engine now. So we'll do that today. I think we'll probably spend a portion of today's stream just smoothing over this opening main quest, because it's okay. There's a few little visual glitches that could be smoothed over with it, but overall I'm very happy with the fact that the custom hero is working and we get to have a hero that changes and see that, because I honestly didn't think it would in RPG Maker. I thought it would limit me and I'd be restricted from doing that, but it's working so far, so I'm super happy with that. I was a bit worried. I was like, oh no, what if it doesn't let me change the expressions of our new layered custom hero? But it does, and that's super cool. Thank you, Shimmer. Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome to our community. It's good to meet you. Use the engine framework that fits your project. Players don't care what you use. Yeah, I'd say like Azriel's correct. Like most people don't. if you're a decent human being. Yeah, there's unfortunately still ignorance around, and dude bros and all that, as we call them. Gaming can be a toxic place, right? It can be. I've seen it in my own eyes. We've all seen it with our own eyes, not just me. So yeah, but I only allow the good side of the game community here, in this core community, that is. You know, sometimes you can't avoid the toxicity. It'll exist. It's too big a problem not to. But here on the stream and the core community, we have a toxic free environment where we encourage each other, and we tell each other to follow our dreams, and we big each other up, and are just nice to each other, because that's good. That's what we want in life. We want good things. I'm really looking forward to spending a couple of $1,000 for a fancy new graphics card and a monitor, so I can finally turn on VGA mode and see a whooping 256 colours. Dev is funny. RPG Maker was first released in 1992. The very first one, maybe it was. The very first RPG Maker I used was RPG Maker 2000, when I was about 11 or 12 years old back then. And all my dreams had come true, because I was like, oh my god, I can make, because I just really gotten into RPGs at that point. I'd really figured out they were my perfect genre of game. I grew up playing platform games when I was super young, but I never felt they were the game for me because I was so bad at them. My sister was amazing at them, and my cousin was amazing at them, and we'd play platform games, like the very first Rayman game, Crash Bandicoot. We'd play it every single Sunday when we went down to my granddad's house, me, my sister and my cousin, and it was awesome. It was so much fun. But I wasn't the best at those games at all. But then my dad bought me Final Fantasy VII, and I realised like that this is the game for me. And I played a few other similar games of that type. And then when I found RPG Maker, like just a few years later, I was like, oh my god, this is a thing. I was in the game making once, but it ended badly. He wants a lot of patience. Who wants a lot of patience, she? Who's he? We need to know who this person is. Unfortunately, it is in the MV version of RPG Maker, so it's a bit newer. I'm still needing to look at the newer plugins for MZ, since I have that now. Yes, MZ, or whatever it is it's called, is not too much of a change from MV, but it's probably good to go with the more recent ones, but I don't know. I know that some people still use VX for projects, and whatever we stick with, which is likely going to be MV because we've already got stuck into it now. It's going to be what we're with forever and ever for this project. So in years to come, there'll be like 5 new RPG makers, and we'll still be using this one. Okay, so we'll get let's get our brains. This isn't too hard to do at all. So beard, we'll start with the beard one then. We're just gonna do a few conditional statements, folks, because Carol's dialogue, let's give you a quick peek in case you missed. If it varies depending on what you make your custom hero look like. So we're going to just quickly get those in, and you'll get to see how it's done if you don't know, which it's very simple. So new, Conditional branch. Now, I wish you could see this bit, folks. If I do that, you can see, because with my window capture, I don't get the pop-ups come up. I might try and figure something out, because someone did tell me that OBS can do things like that, but I did look into it, but I never figured out how. But for now, we'll manage. So we just need to pick a beard on our on our variables. So beard equals, I think it's beard equals 2 that we have it. So you can see it now, we've got it there, if beard equals 2. And then we have the dialogue of what is here. So we can copy and paste that. So if you have a beard, Carol will say, she'll make fun of your beard. How rude. Can't believe how long I put your mushroom beard and stinging brush on my card. Okay, cool. So that's there. Now I'm going to double check it was 2 for beard. We'll go, if we go in our common events, we'll say. Yeah, so yeah, if you don't have a beard, you'll be number 1 on the beard variable. But if you do have a beard, you'll be beard 2. Which we all got set up here in the custom hero code. So yeah, if you picked no for your beard, it would have changed the variable to 1, and it changes the variable to 2 if you say yeah. So that'll work. Now as for the others, the next thing that was the variation was long hair. So Carol said, I can't believe how long I put up your lice infested mane on the card. So for this, it would be hairstyle number 3. I think it was hairstyle 3 was the long hair. But I think we could include hairstyle 2 as long hair as well. So and I think bald is hairstyle 4. So we can't use the greater then, because it'll include bald. So we could just do it this way for now. Oops. Okay, we'll do the same for hairstyle 2 as well, because I think it's long enough to include that. We probably need to set this up a bit differently though. Because we don't want Carol saying 2 of the same. Because if you got a beard and long hair, then she'll say them both, which we don't want. So, we can do that like this. And then it checks the first one, and then if it isn't the first one, it'll keep checking the next one. So it'll always prioritise the beard. So long as you've got a beard, she'll always say that one. But if you don't have the beard, it'll go down to the long hair. And if you don't have long hair, then she will say this one here. So you've either got you've definitely got one of these, because you've either got long hair, or you've either got no hair, or short hair, or a beard. So messed this up, haven't I? Oh no, I haven't, it's fine. So we'll do this in order just to be tidy about it. So we've got 4 different hairstyles. First one's short hair, second one's medium, third's long, and fourth's bald. So we added the bald one last, so that's why that one's 4. So for both number 1 and 4, we just need that last dialogue, the flaky scalp. There. So yeah, they're all should be fine now. So apply, done. Hopefully that runs fine. We'll have to do a test to make sure. We can delete that one now. And where's our dollar? Let's change that choice that we get here. So you won't believe this, but I just spoke to a living barrel. You can rat Carol out in that branch. Or we're going to change anything to, I have no idea. Because we sort of, Van suggested the change, and I agreed. I thought, yeah, it's probably more natural and human-like to respond with that rather than just plain old nothing, period. Sego, each, how you doing? The language is JavaScript that is for RPG Maker. Okay, so we've changed that bit. We might have to do another test play to just remind ourselves of what needs polishing. But we've done the dialogue bits. Oh, there was one other variable actually. So I remember this one here, depending on what your class is. So I don't think I set that one up yet, but if you're a warrior, she'll obviously refer to your axe, but if you're a hunter, she'll refer to your arrows being sharp. So yeah, right now we haven't got the conditional statement set up, so we'll do that now. So conditional branch variable class. And if it's number 1, I think 1 is warrior and 2 is hunter. So because we don't want to say your bloody axe when you've got the bow and arrow, do we? So there we go. So if you class 1, which also means warrior, she'll say that. And she'll say the arrows if you're the hunter. So that's it. And I think that was the only dialogue variations we needed to get in. Everything else is pretty linear in the rest of the scene. We've got to this point now where we have the interruption. Carol panics and hides. I think I want to get more facial expression from Carol in there, but I'm not going to think about that too much now. We'll just get the scene set up and running smoothly first. Hey, Heart Holder, how you doing? It's so good to see you. And Empire Kia, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that raid. How was your stream? Tell us about it. And it has been a while since Holder's able to catch us. How are things on your end, Holder? Are things with your computer going okay? I remember you was interested in streaming, wasn't you, the last time we spoke? Tell us about how things are going. How is the art going as well, Holder? Webgame CEO says, no, this will be on Steam. It will be a PC game. So yes, we are actually getting the Steam page set up. So fingers crossed, the next couple of weeks, keep an eye out on the Discord and Twitter, folks. I'll quickly just give the commands for those things, if any. Oops, I'm already making mistakes. Haven't we got a Discord? Oh, have we? Have we not? No, it hasn't worked. Have we turned that timer off on the Discord one? Yeah, Twitter and Discord are the places to check for announcements, and I'm just finishing off the last few minute things now on the Steam page, getting the screenshots updated with the new taller sprites. Now I've done the custom hero creator and it's all running smoothly. I'm able to do that now. So I'm really excited because there's a couple of things. One thing specifically that's going to be free and awesome on our Steam page, everybody, and I haven't told anybody what it is yet. So I think it's going to knock everybody's socks off, this Steam page. So, and it's just a coming soon page, everybody, which I'm going to keep reminding you about. It's not a game yet. It's the actual full game release is still a couple of years away for Roots and Rumours. But we will be releasing seasonal playable builds this year and next as we add more content to the game. But it's going to be in the alpha stage for quite a while longer, for the rest of the year and for the start of next year. But it's going to be fun still to just release playable builds and see it build over time till it gets to a standard that's actually a full game. Because Raindrop Chronicles is episodic, but every episode within that game is like a game in itself, because we care very much about detail and building a very rich world, with very likeable, memorable NPCs and quests within those episodes. So although they're not going to be humongous in playtime length, the episodes, I see it as a quality over quantity thing. So it's going to be fun. And let's catch up with chat, because I've been rambling again. Saving for new machine, practicing out to make my battlers. Also set up an itch.io for my battler bases. That sounds super fun. Feel free to share the link in our Discord holder if you'd like to. Going to cost 700, so I've been taking commissions and donations to try and get that kind of cash. Oh my goodness, yes. Well, feel free to advertise in our Discord. I encourage it for people as yourself, Holder. Anybody who's a creative who I respect gets full permission to put their work in the Discord. The only time I'd be like, no, you can't do that, is if we get some rando come in who we don't even know, who's blatantly self-promoting. But you guys are lovely and awesome, so I like to support you all. And I was chatting with Holder, actually. Haven't been too productive since I've been working so many hours, but I do a few things. Yeah, it's hot. I can imagine it must be really tough, trying to make a game while working at the same time. So yeah, good luck here. I believe in you. I know that when I worked full time, back before I quit my job, I was absolutely dying to get into being creative. When I'd get home from work, I'd be let me get on my computer and do my creative things, and I was so tired all the time, so it was hard. But it just made me more passionate. I found I was just going insane. I was I need to do this, because I felt like working in the office, it made me desperate to just be creative, because I was so bored. So I was coming home and just really desperate to do it. just jumped over as I seen she was on, and I don't know to advertise. Sometimes people see it as spam. Yeah, it definitely can be seen as that if, like, say someone's a complete random, like say if we had someone come in the stream who we didn't even know and they were just like spamming their links without even talking or saying hi to us, then for sure I'd ban them. I'd be like, rude. But in your case, Holder, you're someone in the community, and we want to, give people what they deserve. That means I can't advertise. Kids are random. Yes. Okay, everybody. I was just checking if the timer in the Discord was on. So Discord didn't. Oh yes, here it is. I think most people hanging out here right now are already in the Discord anyway, but in case you've got lurkers here and you want to join, you are more than welcome to be part of our community. Okay, so where were we? Here. Did we have I have no idea, not dialogue in RPG Maker? I can't remember if we did. I think we did though. Yeah, okay, so that's all updated. So we should do another test play to see what needs working on now. The camera, this is a camera that pans to the place in the barrel at the start, and it goes a little bit wonky right at the end, and I'm trying to fix that because it's like super smooth until then. It's kind of confusing, all the setup as it looks confusing here anyway, but I came to the conclusion that this is how I get it to look how I want it to. It took a bit of messing around, because if I only put one plugin command, it like really goes weird. So that just takes a bit of messing around, but we'll do another test play. Oh my goodness, Kia, thank you so much for gifting a sub to the one and only Holder. That is very kind of you to do. I hope you enjoy the sub, the double raindrops, and the emotes, Holder, and the pink Discord name that you'll get now from being a sub. Appreciate it. Let's have some hype in chat for that generosity. I appreciate it, Kia. You've been very kind to me recently. Thank you very much. Okay, so test play time. Okay, so we got to go through our custom hero creator again, which like this time last week I skipped it. I was like, we'll go straight to scene 1 because going through the custom hero takes too much time, which it does. But I'm also really enjoying seeing different custom heroes as we test this scene. I get like a bit of a kick from it, so I'm gonna do it. Who shall we make? Who should we base this character on? Anyone? I'm trying to think. Should we think of someone? I mean, I would say we could do someone in chat, but I don't know what most of you look like. We should pick a famous person or something. Usually it's Jesus. I've picked Jesus in the past, but I want to have some variety of heroes now, so we'll base them on anyone that comes to mind. We'll do me first then. I'm super pale. Look at me, I'm a vampire. Did you just call yourself famous? Did I? My goodness, I could never be famous. I wouldn't like it. I don't like attention. That's why. That's like when I was talking earlier about posting on social media, how I don't like doing it. It's because I hate attention. So just imagine what it would be like if I was famous. I'd want to escape from the world and hide. Hair. Originally I was like, yeah, give me his celebrity chat that I can base the character on. Then I was like, nah, let's just do me. I couldn't be bothered with it like Flying Towels Masked Emerald. Okay. There's too many horrible people in the world, like, you know. Like, I feel sorry for celebrities because they must get so much, like, stress from all the trolls and all the people that stalk and follow them. I mean, I'm here on Twitch and I have, you know, I'm not big community at all. You know, but I've had stalkers, so just imagine what it's like for a celebrity. Jesus. I'll be a hunter. Now that we've renamed the vampire in this game to Violet, it means I can actually call myself Rose now when I make a custom hero, when I play the game myself. Because in the past, you know, I wouldn't have been able to do that because there's already a Rose in the game, but there isn't anymore. So, we're fine. I can do it now. Yes, I am ready. I did think about releasing a build of the custom hero creator, but I'm not sure. Might wait just until version 0.1 comes out. And yeah, the sound is muted right now, everybody, but I have found some pretty cool sound effects in this scene actually. But I'm only halfway with doing the sounds at the moment. Okay. I didn't check what Carol's insult was to us. Should have checked. I didn't pay attention, but I think it worked. But yeah, she pulls the bow and arrow out of the barrel, and it's going to be the axe if you're a warrior. The animation itself definitely needs improving because it's like super like messy right now. The bit when they pull the thing out the barrel, but at least it works. Okay, so I've got to note down what needs improving actually. Let's do that now. And then we can add Duncan to the scene and we can finally finish main quest 1. Itchy nose again. So I'm going to just, where is that? Create a new Google document just to write some really rough notes on what needs improving. So just get that up. fix the wonky camera just as it pans to Carol and, well, say you and Carol. And the other thing was fix the animation when grabbing axle bow out of Carol, or make animation smoother. Those were the only two things that really I thought, yeah, definitely need fixing. So I might spot some more though as we test this. Okay, so that's it for now. Now back to RPG Maker. Okay, so the next step. So this is the point where question mark runs over and interrupts. Now we can change that now because we know that this person is called Duncan. So Duncan runs over and interrupts. Now we can check, this is Duncan's event, so we can call them Duncan. Just update the name, but we will also update the silhouette in a sec. We need to finish him off though. And like we said, a bit of this dialogue might need just a slight alteration. Now we 100% know the character. We might think I'm not sure about the kid word for the nickname, if it's going to be a romance option. If it was an older person saying that to us, then yeah, that would totally be fine for us to be called kid. But Duncan's not much older than us, if at all. Probably the same age as the custom hero. We'll fix that after. Okay, also if anyone's curious, this is what the character sheet for Carol looks like as you're pulling out your weapon and your clothes are inside her. So that's the hunter's clothes and that's the warrior's clothes, and this is when she's chucking them out of her. She throws them out at you. So that's pretty cool. This is my super special hacks tile set, which I use for visual glitches or weird visual things that you can't read that are weird in RPG Maker. Like I said, because we got the tall hero sprite now, your legs are sort of coming out of the barrel. So to hide them, I stuck this plank of wood and grass. I overlaid them over the hero's legs, so it gives the impression that they're not coming out. But I'm going to use that tile set for anything like that. And this is our custom hero sprite sheet, which this is the layer for all the clothes and armors. It's the layer for the eyes, body, beard, hair. So we have every single hairstyle here. So super cool. The weapons are here as well. Okay, so now for Duncan, he's on the other PSD file. So we'll open that one. Because I keep the custom heroes and the other characters on separate PSD files. So now I can never find where this community characters PSD is. I always keep forgetting what I title it as. Here it is. It's massive. It takes forever to load. This one does. Okay, here he is. Okay. Clothes, right, so we were nearly going to keep him unclothed because we felt like, oh, blacksmiths don't wear much, but it would be a bit hypocritical considering what he says in this scene. He's like, put some get cleaned up and put some clothes on. So I was even thinking, yeah, he should probably have something on his torso. He doesn't need to be like fully armored because blacksmiths, craftsmen, etc. They probably want to wear something practical. Yes, we'll find something for him. I've actually found some threads of lots of tall sprite outfits that might not fit though. These look like they could fit. But this one here looks like it might be a bit too slender for what we've got. But something like that could work as a blacksmith outfit, perhaps. Something that looks practical, really, and not... because we were struggling to find the perfect outfit for him last time when we was first creating him, but there are quite a few like to look through here, more than I thought. I mean, with the tall sprite clothes we are limited just a touch because RPG Maker by default isn't tall sprites, it's small chibi sprites. So since the change, it is going to be harder to find outfits for our characters. They do exist though, you gotta just search. And I'm okay enough to sort of make edits if necessary and put bits and pieces together. I thought about in the future if we would get some funding and things, I could always like commission somebody to do a variety of outfits for the tall sprite shapes that we have, so we can have some more for ourselves in the future, and there's no rush right now, but that's something we could always do if we felt we wanted a bit more choice. And and we've got to be careful. I'm showing the nudity off here, but who cares? Twitch is not going to ban me for that. If they did, they'd be outraged, right? Hi Matt, how you doing? It's so good to see you. I hope you're having a good day. How are things going so far? Let's just have a peek. We are going to give Duncan something decent to wear. We can't have everybody be naked at the start of the game. After all, we've already got the custom hero who's not wearing anything inside Carol. People are like, oh my goodness, it's a game. So we will clothe him. At the end of the day, if someone wants to romance Duncan, they can have him unclothed then, can't they? We'll try this and we'll see how this works actually on him. I mean, I'm not sure whether this tall sprite outfit was made for this body type, because I think that these tall sprites are a little bit different in shape on this thread, but we'll see. I do like the outfit though. So Photoshop, let's get it up. So we're on to Duncan now and getting his asset done, because that's the next thing. That's the next step for the scene. You see, we've still currently got the silhouette in, and it's going to look much better when we actually have him properly in the scene. So today, that's what we're doing. We're finishing main quest 1. The custom hero is done and dusted now. It's not 100% perfect, but it's like 95% there at this point. Enough standard for the first build anyway. The custom hero creator is. So now that's out of the way, I'm able to fully focus on getting this opening scene polished, and then hopefully Wednesday stream will be on the actual scene, the long scene with Carol. I'd really like to get this scene implemented next stream where Carol joins us. It's a very lengthy conversation scene with Carol. Let me show it for you because I'm hiding it. It's a very, very lengthy scene with a lot of Carol dialogue, and I'm not looking at it. I'm not sure if it'd be too ambitious to pull off. It probably wouldn't be as time consuming as the opening, because it's mainly Carol talking and there's less action going on. I mean, there are little bits and pieces where we have Carol hopping around just and inspecting our pockets, and where she grabs a herb and throws it at us, and starts putting our items inside her and things like that. But overall, I don't think it's going to be quite as ambitious as some of what's happening in this scene. Like this opening here, where she tosses our clothes at us, and the opening when we walk out the barrel, it was actually quite challenging to pull off. But now I'm getting the hang of animations a bit more. It'll come to me easier, and I'll start to develop a technique for it over time. And hopefully doing things will slowly get quicker for me. And Holder said, I've been making some generator taller sprite parts, so hit me up when you're able to commission me. I do them cheap though, it takes ages, it helps to get fewer steady bits of money. Awesome. Yeah, so Holder's sprites are incredible. I know Holder does a certain style of sprite. So if you do the ones that you know are shaped with these, if that is something you work on too, then you would definitely be top of my list for commissioning sprites if you did that style, that's for sure. So yes, when the time comes and I get a bit of cash together and we're at a point where we're like, yeah, we could probably do with a few more outfits now and we want to get some done, that will be the time when the time comes. For now, I'm sort of managing, I'm sort of getting enough together and it's going okay. But I'm sure a time will come when I start to think, yeah, maybe we need some more now. Okay, so back to Photoshop. Now let's get him in. So let's see how this goes. yeah, I'm not sure if this one was entirely made for this, looking at the shaping of the gloves. Yeah, definitely skinnier this Sprite is. I don't think it would be impossible though for me to just, you know, Frankenstein something together and make some little small edits to make this fit. Because I did it with a lot of the community characters here. Like there's a few folks here. Where are they? Yeah, a few people here I had to like do something similar. I had to like adjust sizing to get it to fit the characters. So it can be a little bit time consuming to do that, but then you get a nice outfit out of it, don't you? So it can sometimes be well worth it. We haven't decided what colour. Well, does this look like it would suit, you know, Duncan? First of all, I think we need to first of all get an idea of if he was to wear something and not just wear pants and show a nude torso like we originally planned. What could we imagine Duncan being clothed in as a craftsman? We said something practical. And this was the thing that I saw and was like, maybe that. I'm not sure about the colours, but I'm looking specifically at the style of outfit here. But we've got other threads to look through, you know, we're not limited to just that one. We can have a look through all of them and see if anything like really jumps out of us at us as an outfit for him. Because the ones that I've got currently saved, the outfit clothing files, there's a few, but I'm not sure if they're amazing for Duncan. That's why I'm sort of like looking elsewhere right now, what we've got here. And we've got something here. I looked at this one on the bottom right, and thought that could be good hunter garb. In fact, that could be better hunter garb for us because it's more cloth, whereas the current hunter gear I've got is more metal, and like we said, we don't want to have like too OP equipment at the start of the game. So I'm inclined to get that and do a slight recolouring of the top to make it green and have that as the hunter outfit. Perhaps, because I think that might suit for an early game hunter. And thank you. Yeah, if there's examples of style, I do the same rather than what I'm used to doing. That's cool. Awesome. And I think something like that would work, Van says, for Duncan. Yeah, so far that's the best one. So where is he? We'll get it up. We'll have a look. We'll spend about 10-15 minutes just looking through the threads and gather some outfits, because you never know what we could find. But that's definitely cool at the moment. But yes, Holder, so thanks for letting me know that, Holder, because now I know that you do different styles and that you're able to do that style too. Totally, that'll be all up for that in the near future. Okay, what have we got here? Got some more. Some of these outfits are super cool, and I need to get them saved on my computer because some of them are really good. But I'm not sure if they're very Duncan. We want to have it fit with him, which is why I think, you know, that green outfit we've got is the one that's probably best right now. And these are all the small chibi outfits, which of course are a little bit small to fit on our tall sprites. It's not impossible to get them and sort of make them larger, but it can look a bit messy. Sometimes it's better to just have a proper tall Sprite outfit. We have some made outfits for tall Sprites here, so that's cool. But yeah, there's like loads of pages of here, so could spend forever looking through and seeing what we got. These robes are pretty cool too. Though they're definitely, you know, we want to give outfits to the character that suits them. We're not going to just give anyone any random outfit, but you never know in the future. So those robes could come in handy for a character. I'm gonna get some chocolate soon. I'm peckish. Or some sweets. I might have some candy. Ooh, a snake person. I like that dress. Yeah, there's definitely a few outfits out of here that could come in useful. I'm gonna have to keep these threads tabbed open so that I can get these saved and I don't lose them. Those are really nice, but yeah, different shaped taller sprites to what we have, so it might be a little challenging to piece them together. These are pretty cool. They look like adventurer sort of garb. That they could be interesting for some of the characters. Let's save that one and try this one here on Duncan as well. It's more like a vest kind of outfit, which if it fits a dude, I don't know if that was meant for a feminine body shape, but if it fits Duncan's, then we'll see. We can only try by saving and having a look. Yeah, there's boobs on that, so it's definitely for it looks like there's boobs on that one too to me, but I can always like just get rid of the boob shape. We'll test and see. That one wouldn't be too, you know, something like that, if we could make it fit for his body, if it could work. Whereas some of these are great, like that's pretty cool for someone who's more of an adventurer sort. But this could work. We'll see how it works and we'll decide if this one's better or the other outfit we've got. We'll pick. This one would need just a bit of extra work to make it fit his body, so we'll see. This one definitely was shaped for this sprite, looking at it. I mean, the feet go perfectly. So this one was definitely made for this shape, which is good, in fact. The only problem is it's got boobs. But I feel like this suits him. I don't know about the gold buckle though. Like we says, like Ford doesn't really have expensive metals, so we might want to change the colour of that to make it a bit more dull. But let's get rid of the boobs first of all. That's priority number one. And we can always change the colour of the vest. I'm up for you guys to give thoughts on what colour you think his vest should be that would suit him. That would fit with, like, you know, a very humble craftsman living in a forest village. I mean, that colour doesn't look bad on him, but, you know, I'm up for thoughts and ideas. And I think we'll get rid of the neck, the white bit at the neck, because it might actually suit him more if it did look like more of a... The problem is if we get rid of the white, but it definitely like... It looks like he's nude because it camouflages the colour, so... It probably is better keeping that there, unless we change the colour of the vest. I mean, I'm reluctant to go for green because Nigel's got a green outfit on, and I think I'm one that likes variety. I don't want all the NPCs to be the same colour. Or have the same clothes colour, have the same hair colour, and have the same everything colour. I like to make them stand out and look distinct from each other. So, yeah, probably not have it be green. Maybe red. Red is a good contrast with green. Like we says, with Nigel and Duncan, they're polar opposites, right? Their personalities are opposites as well as their professions. So, you know, having them he'd be red and Nigel be green, those colours are opposite of the colour wheel, right? It could be striking against him. Yeah, I think it's... Let's see what Van says. So I kind of like the other outfit better, but do agree if you're going with this outfit, choose other colours for that outfit. It's too close to his own skin. Yeah, for sure. We want something that's striking against him and makes him look really cool. We don't want him to blend in with the crowd, this one. So maybe that's why the outfit doesn't look impressive at the moment, because with it's very, you know, it doesn't do him justice. I think the green colour probably stood out against him a bit better on the other one. But I'm just trying to shape this vest. Perhaps maybe let's just have a go at shaping it so it looks a bit more masculine. Maybe that would help. If we give it squarer shoulders, that might work. Because I'm not sure if the rounded shoulders are making him look like the sort of guy that we want. He's meant to be masculine, isn't he? So I think, comparing that to this, squarer shoulders for his vest would suit him more. And that's very easy to do. We just move the pixel of the vest over by 1. Because I think it's quite, you know, the rounded vest that we've got is definitely more feminine, and I think because this was originally a woman's outfit because of the boobs, that explains it. But let's have a go at just changing the colour of the vest first. Now we've done the top row, and maybe then we can get rid of the white bit by the neck, because I think it looked better to not have to see, or to just have it be a normal vest. So let's just give a recolour to this and see what we come up with. We've already got red here, so we can just grab that colour. Now we just need a slightly lighter. Now, I don't know if I'm in love with red. I might change it to another colour. I'm being indecisive. Let's get Nigel. Just let's look at him. Yeah, Nigel's he's green. Which really fits, funny enough, because they say you're green if you're naive, don't they? And Nigel definitely is naive, so that actually works. And him being more tough and like the opposite of Nigel in that way, I do think the red could fit him. Maybe we want a more of a burgundy red though. Maybe the burgundy red would look better than the bright red that we just gave. Something a bit more deeper that's not like whoa. So we want it to stand out against his complexion though. So that's a slightly more deeper red. Let's see what it looks like if we delete this section by the neck. Yeah, maybe that red highlight's a bit too light. We'll just lighten it just a touch. Yeah, and we should make that yellow belt buckle a different colour. That's distracting for a start, so we'll do that now, because it just isn't fitting for his humble backgrounds having a gold buckle like that. Oh, we got a bot. No. I don't know about the red. He looks like he's ready to go to the boxing ring now, in my opinion. So we'll just bring it back to what it was. It's simply because if it'll change the colour of him. His trousers if we keep it, but let's just change that belt. I didn't mind how the belt buckle looked. Okay. What about a sort of beige colour? We could Google blacksmiths in vests and see what comes up, and we might get a bit of visual inspiration. It can definitely be a tough one to come up with the perfect colour scheme and clothes that really set off a character and do that character real justice. Yeah, maybe vibrant colours wouldn't be, vibrant colours might be a bit too glamorous for someone in his line of work, but we definitely want whatever colour we go with to really set off his complexion. So that's why I was thinking a sort of beige, like, a light brown, like yellow, but not vivid yellow. Could work for him. Put D&D. You always get some really cool concept art if you put in D&D at the end. Yeah, something of that sort of nature. That sort of colour. So let's try. I've already sort of got some beige tones in here, so not perfect, but could work. Try something a bit more dull, maybe. Kush, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Those highlights are just glaring right at me. I think they need to definitely be a bit more subtle. Oops, no, not that bit, this bit. Probably a bit better, but the problem is it coloured something in that it shouldn't have coloured in, so we've got to go back now. But I like colour picking from a part of what's already his outfit, because it keeps it, you know, it's we keep him with the colour scheme then. Problem is, why is his belt buckle gone gold again? Don't do that. I Did want a gold one again. There, brown. Is that a tattoo? Because if so, that's cool. I'm not sure about the red bottoms now, though. Because, you know, that wasn't on. I'm wondering what that's meant to be. Is it a tattoo or is it something else? Interesting. We could use our imaginations to decide what that could be. And what colour it should be as well. I'm just, yeah, I quite like the neutral light colour of the vest. I think it fits a more humble sort of blacksmithy craftsperson type rather than the bright red or the bright yellow or how does Nigel look though next to him? But still, you know, I'm indecisive. Mine could easily change. I might be like, no, should be this. But I want the perfect blacksmith inspiration to get inspired by it. Every blacksmith I'm looking at, he wears browns and beiges, right? They all do. Which is why I ultimately have gone for a light brown beigey colour now. I suppose it's just easier and it's most practical, isn't it? You don't want to wear your best fancy clothing when you're at work, that's for sure. So that would be what I think could be going on there. So I'm going to just go for a darker colour for the trousers. Something more. Wow, my tummy's doing a big rumble. Oops. Yeah, I don't want to go for brown because, like I said, we want it to not look camouflage. We don't want him to look nude. So, dark green, dark black, even, or grey, or in dark green. I know he says we'd avoid green because Nigel wears a green outfit, but you know, I'm starting to think it just would look better like that. So, okay. Is there anyone else wearing a green outfit that we can colour pick from? Like a dark, deep green. The colour of Fiona's pants are pretty cool. They're like they're not black and they're not, but they're like a neutrally colour. Why not wear green? Maybe Nigel's favourite colour and might be attractive. That's true. Maybe giving them both that same colour will give them something in common that they can bond with. We don't want to make them necessarily polar opposites, right? I am thinking green. Like, I was thinking, oh, what colour? And I'm starting to think maybe making him green. could be what we want. But I was very adamant on, we want all the NPCs to be different, of different colour schemes and stand out against each other, right? I'm going to just try Fiona's pants. I'm going to colour pick them just because I actually like the colour of Fiona's pants. And something that's a colour I could imagine him wearing. Well, I think that was the colour of a lot of blacksmiths when we were doing the D&D concept art search. A lot of them seem to be wearing clothing of that tone. So we'll just see how it looks first with the outfit that we've got for him. Nope. Right, did I do the wrong arrow? I don't believe I did. There we go. Just done it now. Hang on, that's messed up a bit. I might have to go back. And Van says, I'm just thinking about relationships. If Dunk wants to snag Nigel, then wearing a colour that Nigel likes to see would get him some brownie points with Nigel. Or we could even do it so he starts off the game in these neutral, boring colours. But that could be part of the relationship. Duncan's like, we could be talking to Duncan and we say as the hero, maybe you should put something more colourful on. Put a green top on or something to attract Nigel, and then he's like, oh okay, and he listens, and then the next time we see him he's wearing the green top. Like, maybe it'd be more effective if we have that as dialogue, and it's quite endearing and cute actually. If say we give him a tip like that and he follows up on it, and then we see him with a changed outfit next time. It's kind of that whole, seeing it, like show, not tell or something, can be more effective. So we could do that. Like, I think it makes sense, but it could be cuter and sweet to see in action ourselves in the world. Hero playing wingman, yeah, for sure. Because there's things like that will really, we need to get people invested, right, and something like that could make people think, oh look, he actually changed his outfit, how sweet. So yes, because Nigel definitely strikes me as, if we have a quick peek at Nigel again, he strikes me as Duncan, why are you still there? He strikes me as a very artistic, vivid, flamboyant and cultured kind of guy, whereas Duncan strikes me very much the opposite, more down to earth, more maybe is more serious but laid back nature, more gruff. So yeah, and he kind of has to embrace Nigel's world if he's going to impress him. So yeah, he starts off as this more dull kind of guy, but he might slowly transform into what Nigel wants, or what we want, because the player might romance him. Look at us talking about him and Nigel when it could be us that want a romance. But it's good that we're talking about the relationship with them and the other NPCs too, because one thing, I think that helps RPGs is if they make the townspeople have relationships with each other too. Not necessarily romantic either, but just connections and see that they're living together and get on as a community. It makes it feel a bit more real than if like everybody's just an individual and doesn't have any thoughts or feelings about each other. So I think it's a good thing that we think in that. And this is his tattoo, everybody. And yes, I like the idea. Can we have him have a tattoo? Like, I know it's like fall and it's very old school and tribal and stuff, but I feel like he should still have a tattoo. I'm trying to think of the very old ways how they must have gone about having tattoos back then, but I'm sure there was methods. Time for me to start gaining some knowledge in that area. I'm going to be googling it later. When were tattoos invented? When did they originate? I'm going to Google that right now. Ooh, in terms of actual tattoos, the oldest known human to have tattoos preserved upon his mummified skin is a Bronze Age man from around 3,300 BCE. Cool. Well, what was the first tattoo ever? Well, yeah. What is the history of tattooing? Interesting. How long have tattoos existed? According to historical records, tattooing has been practiced by humans for a very long time. Tools that appear to have been crafted specifically for creating turns out are no less than 12,000 years old. Ancient Germanic and Celtic tribes already practice tattooing as a culture, and Egyptian mummies have been found to have tattoos on us. Go away. Pop-ups. It was speculated that tattoos were also used for social status or marked for someone for punishment. See, these are interesting things too if we want to think of law. Because I think having a purpose for why they have a tattoo, if we give an NPC a tattoo, is interesting too. But the reason why I'm reading about tattoos now, in case someone's curious, it's because it just so happens that I've found an outfit for Duncan Fox, this one here, and there happens to be something that looks rather like a tattoo on his left arm. From, you know, this outfit that we've had. It's just pure coincidence that it happens to be there. And I'm like, actually, I kind of like it. And it fits him as a character to actually have one, which is why I'm Googling the history of tattoos to see, like, you know, when people started having them. How's the stream going? Hi Rex, how's it going? We are putting clothes on at Duncan. His name, Duncan won the poll in the end, so that's his name. It's very, you know, I think it fits him quite well, and I liked all the other name suggestions too, but we're going to make them have an appearance again in the future, some of those names for future NPCs perhaps, because some of them were pretty not cool. And well, it could be part of choosing conversation, like the hero's talking to Duncan and can either continue forward with the relationship by telling Duncan the colour he'd like him to wear. I think you look great in blue, or helping Duncan with Nigel by telling him what colour he'd like. You know, I've seen Nigel wear a lot of green. I bet he'd notice you in that colour. Yeah, this is so cute. Like, I'm really happy we've had this little talk, because we were thinking of clothes cut, like he's not quite finished yet folks. I want to recolour his red pants to something more neutral, because the goal is for him to kind of be quite dull in style. He's a humble craftsman, he's not really flamboyant and doesn't really have a sense of style like Nigel has, for instance. Look how dapper Nigel is in that yellow rimmed suit. You know, he definitely has a sense of style, but Duncan on the other hand doesn't. And we've been talking about, like, you know, we can, like, as the hero, we can tell Duncan, you know, if you know, we can tell him, we can help him along with what colours he should be wearing. And there's banners just described, and we can we can say that. We can, if we want to pair him up with Nigel, we can say that. He wears green, you should wear that, he'll notice you then. And we'll just do a recolouring of this same outfit and just give him a green vest instead that's the exact same colour as Nigel's. And then the next time we walk in there after that, or a little short while later, we'll see him walking around with that colour. So things like that, like, I really am a fan of that, like seeing you as the hero feeling like you're making a difference to the people, to the inhabitants, even in small ways. It doesn't have to be like world changing, like you've set a village on fire, which, you know, that can happen too. But it doesn't always have to be world changing or society changing. It can be something as simple as them just changing a colour of their outfit, something really wholesome as well, or funny, or, you know, things like that. So I'm always fond of when we come up with those kind of ideas. I'm all for it. Good one, Van. I mean, I eventually came up with the thought of doing that in game, but if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have had that idea in the first place. So I'm going to just change the colour of his pants to a neutral colour. I'm going to make them the same colour as Fiona if I can. I'm going to have to get her next to him though, because it's pretty hard to do it when we're hiding her asset. Oh, no, she's baldy there. But if anyone thinks has any ideas for what colour his tattoo should be, feel free to say, or even the reason why he has a tattoo in the first place. I'm interested in tattoo lore now. I'm going to be researching that later, because, you know, in older cultures apparently tattoos were used as a form of punishment, but there could be many reasons. So we can come up with some really cool lore ourselves of them, of why Duncan has a tattoo. Because it did, again, that contrasts well with Nigel, because like, Nigel seemed like the last person on earth that would have a tattoo, whereas because he's like super posh and old-fashioned, whereas Duncan, yeah, again, it's making them seem like completely different people. So okay, so let's just copy the pants there. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm clicking all the wrong buttons today. My fingers are all over the place on the keyboard. So get him back. Yeah, we changed his book. His buckle was originally gold, but we were like, no way is he gonna have a gold ball. That's not fitting for a Lakefall resident. So we just were his boots always that colour? Yeah, I think they were, weren't they? And I think darker pants would complement the light beige of his top, probably. So I'm just imagining that colour there, and it could look okay unless, yeah, that could look fine. I think the point is with Duncan, he's got to look like someone who's a bit bland in his choice of fashion, right? And then it'll be very cute when he finally does wear a bright outfit, just to impress us or Nigel, depending on who is the romance option, because it might be ourselves, you know. We can tell him what colour we like. Hi Tetsu, how are you doing? Thank you so much for that sub. Oh my goodness, 37 months. You're one of our longest subs, Tetsu. Thank you so much. So some hype in chat for that amazing amount of months. Thank you so much. So have you been computer for the first time in 2 years? Oh my goodness, just imagine not being with a computer for that long. And hi Ragnarok, how are you doing? It's good to see you. How is your Monday going? I hope you're having a good one. How is it going? Thank you for the hype, everybody. I appreciate it. Okay, everybody, so time to colour him in. I keep doing that. I keep doing the wrong layer. My fault for not naming my layers. We were talking about you earlier, Tatsu. We says you were pro lurker in this channel. Yeah, I can't colour those in because it'll dye his boots as well. So I'm probably best to do that bit manually. I think his boots should be darker as well. No, I don't think the light boots look right, so. Did I cross off the because I have it set up my Photoshop so that everything gets coloured that's the same, but it hasn't recoloured the rest of him, which is strange. So I have to go back now. Unless yeah, it hasn't recoloured and it usually does. The way I have it set up, I have it so it colours in it. I'm rambling. I'll figure it out. Yeah, this outfit's okay. There's a few little bits we're gonna have to fix though. So we might have to do this the long way. It's not behaving itself. I'm going to give the boots a darker outline. Finishing up my game. It's due by the end of the month. Oh, that's exciting. What platform are you going to be on? Make sure you give us a link to it when it comes out, for sure. We have another community member who had a game released last week. Codapil released their game. So now it's your turn. PC and Mac. Awesome. How exciting. Are you excited? How does it feel? Okay, so I'm thinking this part is okay, Neely. I'm just wanting to make sure it looks cool on this one first now. I don't know why it changed the colour of that. For some reason it did, so. Do blacksmiths actually wear anything on their hands? That's the question. It seems like they do, looking at the photos I'm looking at in the concept art. I was wondering if I should get rid of those gloves or not. They definitely need their colour sorting out. They've gone a bit messed up. Yeah, my colouring settings are going really weird. I know I probably have clicked something I shouldn't have, but I'll have to sort that out afterwards. I'll have to manage for now. Do things the long way. Sometimes doing things the long way is better though, because you get it looking nicer then. So don't mind. Yeah. That's better. Only thing I'm not sure about now is his red tattoo. I like the idea of him having... Oops. This bit here. I like the idea of him having a tattoo. I've kind of got attached to the idea and I think it suits him. But I'm not sure about the red. We have to use more like neutral colours maybe if we're going to go for one. Or I don't know if the red complements him enough and fits with the person he is, you see. So we might, if we're going to have one, we'll have to do a recolour of that, I think. I can't get my heart set on it. I'm going to Google actually tattoo blacksmith and see what comes up. None of them are wearing any. Oh, well, that one is, sort of. Oh look, a cute bear. Cute bear blacksmith. How cool. I like him. Yeah, I don't want modern day, I want fantasy old, medieval or before pre-medieval. And setting up my Steam, got my priorities, was late today because my internet crapped out. Oh no, well you're here now, Ted, and that's all that matters. And Coda helped me a bunch. I'm excited, but first getting my test to show me the bugs. Oh yeah, for sure. That is something that takes time, that's for sure. But it's just awesome you've got to that stage. Like, we're still way away from that. I mean, I'm hoping next year we'll have our beta for the whole of episode 1, and that'll be the time we can do the testing. But this year it's going to be all just getting the pre-alpha builds built up slowly but surely. It must be cool. How long have we been working on it? Can't remember if I've asked you that before, but I'm curious now how long you've been working on it. Okay, so I'm gonna get him the same colour on all the sprites. If I'd have got my settings sorted, it would have already automatically done them, but for some reason decided to mess up. So here we are doing it manually. Maybe it's working now. No, what are you doing? See, this is the problem. It's recolouring the vest because it's the same colour. So we will have to do it manually. It won't take long. It's only a few sprites. About a year. Oh gosh, you're much more productive than me then. That's for sure. Because Raindrop Chronicles has been well. But it's not a race, is it, guys? I'm slow. I'm slow on purpose. For me, I see it as a have to be, so I don't get burnout later down the track. It's like a marathon for me rather than a sprint, because this is a very long-term ongoing thing. But yes, make sure you remind us though when it comes out. Yeah, so it is, you know, it's surprisingly time consuming doing like clothing recolorings and edits. If you want to be like really fussy about it like I am. This outfit, once we've done it and once like it's there, that's with us forever then, and we can reuse it for other NPCs potentially. So it's never a waste of time. And Duncan's gonna look fabulous. No, we'll have that how it was. Only thing I've noticed is there's a little difference. I prefer the second one with the white outline, so we'll get that in. Actually, I'm not sure now. I always change my mind all the time. I think it's because I don't like how I've done the colour in there, that's why. We can do it better. Yeah, that looks fine now. I think I did like the white rim, but then I realised it's a little bit too fancy for Duncan to be having that, so make his outfit a bit more simple. He doesn't have all the fancy rims like Nigel does. He's not quite as fashionable. What we get in there? Looking at his tattoos, maybe we should try a darker red. I'm attached to it now. Could easily just get rid of that, delete it. The guy's fine without it, but I don't know. I'm kind of like the idea of him having it tapped. Just figuring out some story or lore behind it if we're gonna do that. Problem is it doesn't stand out if it's darker. That's the only thing. The red could be fine. I don't know though. I'm being really indecisive. Let's maybe a more yellow or an orange will go better. That's why I'm experimenting now with the colour. Try a dark purple. Yeah, maybe dark purple would complement because it's sort of purpley pants, isn't it? Yeah. Let's do this then. Let's grab a copy of that part and we'll go on the Hue Changer. Sometimes it can be a bit like bright when using this though. Sometimes I like to use the selective colour instead. It's really getting something that looks good with him and complements the character we create in here. So I guess it's getting down what sort of purple is the question as well. And with a lot of saturation, it stands out as a traditional colour, yeah. So dark. Here we go then. Something to that degree, or should we go even darker still? Oh, let's have a look what this one is. Holder's an artist, so Holder wouldn't understand colour theory, that's for sure. So I'm very much trusting Holder's judgment here. So, yeah, Holder, you know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, that, you know, the rest of it, it just didn't look right, did it? But that just, yeah, it's like it makes it so much more subtle. Like it's not garishly like standing out, but it's there and I like it. It's, you see it, it's not hidden. He clearly has a tattoo, but it's not like, whoa, what the hell's that bright thing staring at me? That's like perfect. Thanks so much for the help. Wow, I really like him. I like him now. He is a very fitting opposite gentleman to who we have here with Nigel. Oh, we got loads of overlay. There we go. So we got Nigel, and then we got Duncan, who is very, very different. And that's awesome. Also, this little tunic, this green tunic we've got here, I'm going to delete that for now, but I do like it and we might make it return for a future NPC. Maybe someone who's more of a workman type. But I think that could be a good asset for the future too. I'm just going to delete all this rubbish that we've got here. Oops. All these extra layers. Right, we'll have to merge this. And then I'll delete these pants that we don't need. There. And we'll get him coloured everywhere now, and then we'll get him implemented in the scene. And hopefully, oh gosh, I was about to say, hopefully before the end of scene before the end of stream we can see him in the scene, but it's already 6:10. Holy crap, today's stream's gone fast. Pleased I could help. Yeah, I was like thinking at first, I wonder how this is gonna look. I was like really curious. And then when you gave me that colour and we changed it, I was like, yeah. Holder's a professional artist of the highest level. This is proof now. Well, we knew that anyway from your amazing Sprite work that you posted in our Discord, but you know, we can definitely tell you get your colour theory, that's for sure. Okay. So now we got to do the same thing for this tat, but in all honesty it's easy, we can just do that. Now we've got the colour. Yeah, that's changed it for all of them now, which is what we wanted. Oh no, it's changed the colour of his pants, damn it. Let's go back. We'll dye the tattoo at the end, because the problem right now is that his pants are red, so it's dyeing his pants as well, and it's going to mess up the colours when we try to recolour. But we'll do that at the end. Yay! You are totally deserving of the praise. Okay, folks, so I'm going to carry on a bit longer now that I'm very close to my dinner, because usually I have to finish at 6 because of dinner, but because I started so late today, I was very late starting, even more later than I usually am. I'm trying to push the stream to go on as long as possible, so you're with me for a bit longer, chat. Okay, let's get his pants in. I kind of want to copy and paste these. I know I deleted the last layer when I did it, but it's so much easier to do it when you see what they look like. It's sort of symmetrical, this is, so I'm just kind of just copying it so it matches. There we go. Not too bad. So yes, I think Duncan's very deserving of the time we've spent on him. I very much didn't expect him us to be doing his outfit for this long, but the life of game dev and creation, most of the time things take longer than you think, than you want it to or expect it to. But it's going to be very rewarding to see him in that scene. Now we're happy with him. Thinking about a bit of backstory behind that tattoo really is the next step, but I just got very, very attached to his tattoo, so now I want him to have it for sure. And now we had Hole to give us the perfect colour code. I love it even more. Just square out this vest so that the shoulders aren't as rounded. Oops. So there we go. We've got the top row then of him done. So really I've got to just make sure his pants and shoes and tattoo are perfect on the others. But there you go, you've got the gist of what he's going to look like, and you've seen his avatar as well, haven't you folks, from the stream last week on Wednesday when we made him together. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to finish him off. I'm going to get him imported in RPG Maker in this scene here. Oops, not the tattoos, not that. There we go. I'm going to get him put in because he's just still a silhouette at the moment. I'll also get him in on the dialogue boxes as well here. I'm going to pop him. There's Nigel. I'm going to replace him with the silhouette. And I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get all this sequence done when he can smash Carol, potentially. I'm going to see if that can get done before Wednesday. In fact, it's got to be done because we've got to move on to the next scene. So all that's going to be done. I'm going to fix these little fixes that I noticed were a problem. And Wednesday, we're going to go on to this scene with Carol. We're going to start doing test plays of this and seeing how this works in game. So that'll be fun. And then the end of the week, this scene's already done, really. But we might just want to go over it and make sure it's cool. And then on Friday, we'll do the Fiona scenes, which I know we're going to have a do-over. And Ancient Holder scribed it onto his arm as a child. Yeah. Yay. Okay, so... but I'm glad everything's working, even though the scene making of this opening scene's gone pretty slow. It's because I've been such a perfectionist over it, but I'm honestly really happy that the custom hero is working and like we've managed to get everything, that we're able to have all these variations and variables as well. It would have been gutting to have got to this point and then seen that the custom hero didn't work properly, the composite hero we set up, and having to go back to the old way. So we can progress. We're okay to keep the allowed custom hero, which is going to be magical because it's going to allow us to have a hero. Here we are. Have a hero that has different armors over time, rather than just only one outfit forever and ever. And I think that's always exciting in games to like change their clothes and things, and it's a possibility now because all we need to do, it's as simple as hiding all these layers and just saving the clothing layer, and it will dynamically, with a simple script in RPG Maker, using that at the right time on the right switch on the right variable, it will update dynamically to change the outfit and remove the previous one, which I never thought would be a possibility, in all honesty, because it's not really made to do that. But with the plugin I've got, it is, and hopefully that plugin behaves itself. I know there was some sacrifices I had to make to get it working, like we will only have a singular save file game because of it, but because this is a Choices Matters game, I think that is very helpful, that there only is so people can't abuse the Choices Matter system and save a game and then go back and do it again if something went wrong. If you want to try other playthroughs, you're going to have to do a New Game Plus. That's going to be the way we'll design it. Seems like things got accomplished today for Duncan indeed, and he was definitely priority because he's about to enter the game in a scene, so he has to look good. We can't just have him looking any old how. So I'm looking forward to being able to get that opening scene done, folks. So first thing on Wednesday, we'll review it. We'll see where we are in that opening scene. We'll do a test play or two, and then we'll move on to that other scene when we meet Carol, when she actually joins the party. So that'll be fun too. And so this week, yes, we are finishing off the main quest 1 scenes again because there's a lot of work that has to go into those scenes. But next week we will hopefully have moved on to the main quest 2 scenes. All going well. We'll see where it takes us. And I really like this character. He looks so cool. Yeah, you like him? He's good. Like we purposely created him to be a parallel opposite of Nigel. He is everything Nigel isn't, and Nigel is everything he is not. And because they've both got livelihoods within the villages, like he's the craftsman, the blacksmith, and Nigel's the innkeeper. Nigel's very bookish, very artistic, very cultured. He's very, very much the opposite of that. He's more down to earth, more gruff, and more stronger, more braver. Nigel's more cowardly, and Nigel's a gay romance option, and this guy's going to be an all-gender romance option, and a potentially one that can fall in love with Nigel if you don't romance Nigel yourself. I'm very kind of into the idea, and this will be even more of a bigger deal as we make more NPCs in Lightfall. I mean, at the moment we've only got Nigel, Fiona and Duncan, but as we make more NPCs, we'll build even more connections with the new NPCs, with the current NPCs. So it's like a proper little village, a proper little community of NPCs together that have relationships and have links and connections. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. I would like to drop us off at another stream now, but should we do trivia though? As I promised, I'm always going to try and do trivia at the end of the stream for you guys. So I'm going to drop a trivia in as I check who is online for us to pass the love to. Nice stream, please. I could catch you again. Yeah, and thank you, Alda, for your help and your amazing colour theory knowledge. It really helped. Not even kidding. Like I thought I love this tattoo, but I just can't get the right colour for it, so it doesn't look shockingly jarring. And that was it just complements really nicely. This new colour does. I don't think we could have thought of a better one. And this is the best stream on Twitch. Well, thank you, Rex. That's very kind of you to say. I appreciate that, especially coming from you. Sunday. Yes. Man knows. Let's get it in. Points. Van. And it seems like you're still winning our little Master of the Month. Van, it was a close call at one point. At one point, I thought Met was going to get some points on the leaderboard, but you're there. You're leading again. And anytime, and if ever you're stumped on, just drop me a message on Discord, and I'll see what I can do. Well, thank you very much, Holder. It's awesome to have an artist in our little community here hanging out with us, that's for sure. Having people of all like different skill knowledges and different skill sets is really cool when working on an RPG like this, because we all can learn from each other, right? Okay, so I'm just give a refresh again to who's on. It doesn't look like many folks are online today. So I'm going to drop us off to a friend. And folks, I'm going to just say again, if any of you start streaming here, let me know, because I'm always very partial to raiding people within the community more than anyone else. I might now and again raid a random streamer or someone who we haven't spoken to for a while, but I'm definitely more partial to raid people within the community. So we're going to go for Defined Dreams again today, because they are online and they are awesome. Really, really, really grateful for them doing all Rex's YouTube video editing. So we'll go send the love to them. So, and yeah, it worked, didn't it? We did get Van a point on the leaderboard. I was double checking because I was a little bit worried that didn't work, but it did. I will be back on Wednesday, everybody, and we'll be carrying on with just getting all these main quest 1 scenes really put in and seeing the game be brought to life bit by bit. It's really exciting. So thanks for hanging out with me today, folks. And I've done the raid command wrong, haven't I? There we go. Okay, everybody, I'll see you all next time on Wednesday. Have a good Monday. Take care.